Hello. All right.
Hi.
Hi. So I'm here with my client, Liz. We've been working together. Tomorrow will be 2 months. And I wanted to bring her on because she is amazing. She inspires me seriously every day. And I just wanted to hear more about your experience, Liz. So,
Awesome.
would you introduce yourself a little bit? Who you are, what you do for work, a little bit about your family.
Yeah, of course, of course. So my name is Liz. I'm originally from Mexico City. I live on the south side of Chicago with my husband and our three kids. We have 10-year-old twins, and we also have a 3-year-old. And I'm a tax accountant for my profession, and I have my own practice. We're a team of about 15 people, and we have about 600 clients.
Yeah. So you're busy.
I'm busy. Yes.
You're busy. So rewind back to before we started working together. What was your biggest challenge?
Yeah, I feel like there were a few things, but one of the biggest challenges was really not getting any activity in. Um, Sitting at my desk all day, working, and really having minimal activity. I work from home. And I think before, when I used to work downtown, I used to get just the normal amount of steps per day just on a normal commute. But working from home has really decreased those steps. And what that prompted was rapid weight gain. um, After 3 years of working from home and really not focusing on my health, I gained about 100 pounds in those years, in addition to having a baby. Um, and so I really wanted to prioritize my health. And kind of the last thing that really pushed me to um, beginning to work with you was being diagnosed with high blood pressure and also being pre-diabetic.
Right. Right. Did you try anything before us working together? And why do you think it didn't work if you did try?
Yeah, I've tried many things just throughout the years. I did all of the kind of the fat diets, South Beach, Atkins. I also joined Weight Watchers. I think what was happening is that I was just looking for a quick weight loss program, and not really looking at it as a lifestyle change. And I think that's what's made the biggest difference here, because I'm not looking to lose weight as being my primary goal. My primary goal is to get healthier, and the weight loss has just been kind of a side effect of that. But I think in the past, yeah, why it failed, it was that I was just so focused on moving that number, and as soon as I didn't have a positive result, I would move on to the next diet. But before moving on to the next diet, I would have a good 3 months of like just doing whatever I wanted, eating
Mhm.
whatever I wanted, because I would say, well, I'm just doing it because I'll start the next diet in 3 months. That's one thing that I really learned from working with you is things don't have to wait until Monday, or they don't have to wait until next month. It doesn't have to be like a pretty round number that things start
Mhm.
off in. It can just be, today I'm making this choice and it's going to start this next minute.
Yes, I love that. And do you want to share? I mean, like you said, your primary goal is to be healthy for your children, for you just showing up as the business owner with confidence that like, I own this business, like I am the boss, with that kind of confidence. But do you want to share your weight loss as well? Because it's a great
Yes,
goal.
yes, yes. So in less than, or in about 2 months, I've lost 17.4 pounds, which was a little bit over 5% of my body weight. And I'm really, really proud of myself, not just because of that number, but because what that number means and how I feel about myself, and how I, how I feel just stronger. I feel happier. That number just signifies all of the hard work that I've been putting in. But again, my success is not dependent on a number. It's dependent on how I feel and just really making a lifelong change.
Mm-hmm. Hmm. And how has this positivity, you feeling really good, affected your work life as well?
I think people have noticed it. The staff has said, "Hey, there's something different about you." I think for work, for myself, it's making me be a little bit more organized. being able to be more focused, knowing that there are a lot of things to do, but they can all fit in a day. And just because you are busy, it doesn't mean that you put yourself on the back burner and you don't take care of yourself. In order for you to be successful at work, you have to learn how to take care of yourself. I think that that's vital, and that's something that I was lacking. And because now I feel better, it makes my workday better.
And you're going to your first networking event in forever, right?
Years. Yes, in years and years. I'm going next Friday to a baseball game, and it's something that I would have found a way out of it before. I would have said, "Oh, I have to do something with the kids," or etc. I would have made something up in order for me not to go. But I just bit the bullet and said yes, and I'm excited about it. And I think I think this journey has given me a lot more confidence in myself. Of yes, I've always known that I'm good at my job, but not only am I good at my job, but I'm very capable in doing all of these things, not just work related. I'm able to be a great mother. I'm able to be a great wife, and I'm able to show up for myself every day. And by kind of staying on plan and learning these really good habits, it's proving that to myself of like, yes, I've got this. I have the capabilities. I've always had um, these tools, but I haven't been utilizing them in the right way. And now I feel like I am doing that,
Yeah.
or I'm learning to.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh my gosh. Absolutely. Yeah. And we talk about a lot, like this is there's steps to the journey. Like you're on chapter 2 and someone else is on chapter 7, it's like everyone just has to go through what their lessons that they need for whatever reason. And then you move on and you continue to grow and enjoy the process. Which I think
Yes.
you've really been embracing, and you're bringing your family along with, like, I know a big thing for us, like what you mentioned, just getting more activity in, and now it's the summer. So you're taking the kiddos out on walks and they're loving it. And it's just like a whole family affair. And it always starts with you, is something that we talk about. Like you can't expect your partner to be on board. It's like, hey, I'm doing this. And if you're coming with me, great. But otherwise, that's all right too. That's really
Yeah.
powerful.
Yeah. And I think it's important. When we first met, one of the questions that you had for me was, are you ready? Are you ready to sign up? And I was hesitant, and I said, let me talk to my husband first. And your question was, if he says no, how will that affect you and what you're saying? And I think what I said is, it doesn't matter if he says no. This
Mhm.
is something that I have to do for myself. I have to show up for myself. I have to be able to have more energy for my children, be able to get healthier. These medical problems are can cut my life short. And it's unfortunate that it's taking me this long, and it had to be these kind of wake up calls to get me here. Um, but I want to. Now is the best time. It couldn't have happened at a better time.
Mhm. 100%. Yeah. Yeah, I love that. And something else that I love about you is that you are a first generation Latina, and that is
Hmm.
huge for your family legacy. Like we just had our check-in call before this actually, and we are talking about how much our bodies do for us, and just like thinking about how our ancestors would have to walk hours, right? Just to, I mean, this is your own father, right? Like have to
Yeah,
walk hours just to the grocery store, and how much respect that has helped you and me. I think about this all the time too, of like how much our bodies do for us, and how we just need to like be more appreciative,
hmm,
and how the society has this huge outlook on what it means to be healthy and like look good. And it's like, just our bodies are amazing. We need to be happy in our own skin. That's all that it comes down to.
yeah, 100%. I feel like this is a gift that we were given, our bodies and the capabilities. I mean, sometimes when you see things, see people do physical things such as like gymnastics, it's like, what can our bodies, or look at what our bodies are capable of. And I think for so long I was just not taking care of myself and not taking care of my body. And I think that that also affected self-esteem. It affected um, my energy level. I was lethargic. I was just not feeling well. And I think now yes, I've only lost 17.4 pounds, but I feel like I've lost so much more emotional baggage and just weight that I was carrying of like, I can't do this. I'm never going to change. This is going to be my life forever. And it's like, no, now I have such a bright outlook. I remember last week you mentioned something about, yeah, maybe in the future you'll like want to do like fitness training or bodybuilding, this, that.
Mhm.
And it felt funny at the time, but then I really thought about it throughout the week, and it's like, yeah, I can get into things. You know, my siblings are both Taekwondo black belts, and granted, I don't maybe see that in the future for me, but like getting into martial arts, doing something like that, you know, there's really no age limit um, to getting into something new and making a change.
100%. Yeah. And it's like, what's possible for you? Like, what's possible? It's really exciting.
Yeah.
So what do you think has been the biggest thing that has helped you move the needle forward, and feeling good, feeling emotionally and physically like lighter, in the last 2 months?
I think because my number one, I feel like I have always had the the I have the ability to be able to make this change. And I think for so long I was doubting myself. And we started off slow. When I first met with you, I don't know if you remember, but I said, treat me like if I was a baby. Like I never learned these kind of
Right.
really things that you would assume people know and have created these habits. And it was just about creating these habits and being able to establish them. And I think that was the biggest kind of like wake up call of like, I have the ability to change my life. And it's something that I didn't think that I had. But I've always had it. It's always been within me. It was just, it took this spark of here's little steps on how to make this huge change because they are little steps and they have made a huge change. Um, I think one thing I mentioned to you is I feel like I've lost 50 pounds, like that, just on how I feel physically and mentally.
Mhm. That's amazing. Is there something that has surprised you through this process?
I think something that has surprised me is how many things I can fit in a day. I think before it was just like, oh, this is impossible. I'm so busy. Like in meeting with you, I said, you know, if this involves me going to the gym, if this involves me doing XYZ, I can't. And what we did is we worked around that. We worked around, you know, me saying, I don't really have the time to go to the gym. Well, guess what? Maybe I don't have the time to go to the gym because I have 3 kids, but I do have the time to go outside, take the 3 kids, walk around, get
Mhm.
out there. You know, we've been doing a lot more outside activities. We've been going on these little road trips. And when you go to a road trip, you have to walk around a lot. You're introducing your kids and introducing yourself to a new city. And the best way to explore is by walking. And I think those are things that I wouldn't have done before. But now, hey, I can't get to the gym, but I can walk around a city with my kids. And I can go when the weather's not agreeing with us, we end up going to Target, we go to Menards, we just walk around and get our steps in. And we let the security know that that's what we're going to buy something, but we're there for our steps, just to make sure that we don't look so strange to them.
They're like family of five corner. Yes.
Yeah,
Oh
yeah, exactly.
oh
Let's
my
keep
gosh.
walking back and forth.
Right, right. Oh my gosh. Yeah, I love that. One of your mottos is like getting my steps in no matter what. And I think that mindset shift is so powerful.
Yes, yes, no matter what. And uh, thinking before that the goal was unattainable, and now because we're making these goals attainable, I can get to that goal, and then the next goal doesn't seem as far fetched. You know, we just increased my steps by 1,000, my goal. And had you said this number before to me, 5,000 steps a day, I mean, I came from like total inactivity where it was like 1,200 at the most in a day.
Mhm.
But yeah, it's completely feasible and I'm going to do it no matter what.
Yep. Yep. Um, how how do you feel like your eating has changed? And is there something like maybe something like one thing that you have learned with your eating habits that has again kind of really surprised you or like had made you have like an aha moment?
I think what I thought is I don't have the time. I'm always eating out, and I always have to just choose whatever is there. What I've been able to do is, number one, my taste buds. I love all types of food, and it's just about making better choices. I look up the restaurant before we go if we're eating out.
Mhm.
I try to pick things that taste good, but that are good for me. And
Mhm.
so something that I think I wouldn't have done in the past is just like kind of like this pre-research of like, I'm going out, let me just check the menu. Or thinking that, okay, this is the dish that I always get. I'm not going to look outside of that. And now I'm just looking outside of the menu,
Mhm.
seeing, what other things do I like? And being confident enough to just ask people, ask the waitress, hey, can you replace the potatoes for more
Mhm.
veggies? Can you do this? Can you do that? And I would say 95% of the time, yeah, they're more than happy to do that. And I don't feel like I'm lacking. I'm,
Mhm.
I haven't felt hungry, which is, I think is very, very important, is that when we think about weight loss, we think, oh, we're going to suffer, we're going to be hungry. When it comes to food, it's going
Mhm.
to be painful. And it hasn't been painful for me. I've been able to, number one, never be hungry. And number two, try all these delicious foods that are still available to me, but
Mhm.
are just healthier. Um, so it's really opened up my eyes. And I 100% believe that this is a lifestyle change. I can do this for the rest of my life. I don't feel like, oh, I can't wait to be out of this diet because it's punishing me so badly.
Mhm.
Um, and yeah, and the other thing is, I think it's also changed my taste buds. Um,
Mhm.
I find
Mhm.
things like fruits so much sweeter now. Before fruit, it's like, oh yeah. Now it's like I look forward. It looks like a reward to me of how wonderful things like that taste.
Mhm. Yeah. Yeah. And I mean, your family loves to go out. You guys love to take mini road trips. Like, I love that about you all. And we work around that. Like you said, like
Mhm.
there's never been a time where like, oh, we can't go out because I have to, like, no. And what cracks me up is that Liz has baby formula, like what is it? A container that was,
Dispensers, yeah,
yeah,
baby formula dispensers.
dispensers that she now puts protein powder in. And it just cracks us up. We're just like, okay, well, we're using what we have and it works perfect. So that's something
Yeah,
else we wanted to share that.
yeah. Put it in
Baby.
your purse. Take it with you everywhere you go. It's yeah,
Yeah.
and just because you're out, it doesn't mean that you're not on plan.
Hmm.
It, it-
Hmm.
you know, it, the the lifestyle change has to fit with your lifestyle. It's in the name. And so everywhere that I go, look up restaurants. I ask Emma for feedback. What should I do? And one thing that I do is I do a debrief after I'm done eating with myself of like, these are the things that I really enjoyed here. These are the things that I might have changed. And then I always have it in my head. Okay, if I come back to this restaurant, this is a perfect go-to. And then the next time I don't have to look at the menu. It's already a no-brainer. This is what I'm going to order. It was delicious and it stayed on plan.
Hmm. Yeah, I love that. Love that. So what would you say to somebody who was in the same position that you were in back when you had those challenges,
Hmm.
um, in terms of taking the leap, investing in yourself?
Yeah. Um, what I looked at is I had a doctor's appointment and my A1C was going up. I'm pre-diabetic. I'm very close to becoming diabetic, and a doctor prescribed me Ozempic, which is very popular nowadays. And to me, it wasn't, or for him, it wasn't a prescription for weight loss necessarily. It was a prescription for me to lower my blood sugar. And because I'm pre-diabetic and not diabetic, it was not covered by my insurance. And so at that point, I had a choice to make. Am I going to pay for this medicine out of pocket that's going to maybe make me lose weight and also improve my blood sugar? Or am I going to make a lifestyle change and work with Emma? And so I had a choice to make. And I think I 100% believe, 200% believe that I've made the right choice because now I have the tools in order for me to carry this for the rest of my life, as opposed to having a medicine that I'm tied to every single month, paying out of pocket every single month. and not really being assured about what the results are going to be, what the side effects are going to be. There's a shortage on Ozempic sometimes. What happens if I can't get the dose? Am I going to physically feel terrible? And so I think I had a choice to make, and I made a good choice. And again, I have a follow up with the doctor, and I'm actually excited to talk to them. I'm excited to see where my numbers are,
Mhm.
because there's no way for the numbers not to go in the right direction. There is no way. I'm
Mhm.
doing the things that I should have done
Mhm.
from the beginning, and I think it's really, really going to show up in my numbers, in my blood pressure, in my A1C, because it's already just showing up so much in like my energy level and how I feel. I feel healthier.
Yeah, 100%. Well, there's more to come because this is only month 2. But yeah, you've made leaps and bounds in your mindset about how you've thought about health in general. You have taken so much action and it shows, like you said. And every single time I see you, you're brighter, you're more smiley. Like you just, yeah, I definitely see a difference in you too. And I'm so happy because you deserve that because you do so much for other people. You have a thriving business that you want to grow even more, and you have a family that you love, and you are just, yeah, you want to support and create a legacy, and you're doing that exactly. So yeah, thank you so much for coming on.
Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. And I have you to thank. You've been vital, vital, vital in this change. And I think I can really, really say that you're saving my life.
Oh my gosh. Oh my, I'm literally gonna cry right now. So
No,
thank you. Thank you so
thank
much.
you.
That means a lot. All
Thank
right,
you.
talk to you soon.
Talk to you soon.